I think I sent you the before shot. We were just gonna clean this up a little bit, the pond, and trim the willows and a little bit, and just like everything else, once we get going on it, I figure you might as well do it right. And so I've already got 2 loads of brush hauled out of here, willow tree trimmings. Those things just grow like crazy. But if you remember what it looked like, these trees just had so much brush and suckers growing on them. Like that was just full of brush, you couldn't see through it. We trimmed these really good, like the one that was hanging down in the water. Trimmed it way back. The only part we didn't get, as you can see right there where it's growing up, all the other trees look like that right there. We cleaned them all up so they look way better. And got the cattails out, cut those out. Those just started in here, and I don't want them to take off like everywhere else, so we'll keep on top of those cattails. And then did some weeding, so I'll show you the dam. You already saw we mowed over there, and then the dam looked the same. So we did some weeding and some weed eating and cleaned up the dam so it looks nice. Too bad it just wouldn't stay like that forever. But now we're just doing cleanup. We're cleaning up everything we pruned, and then when we're all done cleaning up, then I'll fix the road. I'll smooth the road out a little bit more because we cleaned the ditch out here. I don't know if this was on the last video or not, but that little hump there we took out. And cleaned up this ditch a little more. But if you look at the dam, how nice that looks now. Hard to see from this angle with the glare, but yeah, I don't want to smooth up the road until we're done driving the tractor on it. These big limbs came from down below, hanging over the pond. You can see how nice that looks now with that ditch in there. So that water should run down there and not make ruts in the road. Well, I hope, if I got it down low enough. But we shall see. You see how clean these look now. They're all, Jimmy just pruned all the suckers off of these. And we raked out all the limbs that broke and fell in the pond. Well, we're in the process of doing that. Anyway, it looks so much better. Like I said, it took a lot longer than I planned, but this tree keeps sagging. I mean, we used to be able to drive the truck, big truck underneath this, if you remember. Not that we need to drive up here, but I can't even get the mule under it now. So I took a little weight off of here. There was another branch here. You can see we sealed it, but another pretty good sized branch was right here, and took that off, got a little weight off of that, because otherwise it's just gonna fall to the ground. Same with that one, it's slowly going to the ground. And the one behind it's already on the ground, but that's what the willows do. But anyway, looks really nice, and just wanted to show you that. And we'll get it all cleaned up, and then you can see it when you come up. Got the propane, came up yesterday, the propane guy and basically ended up topping off all 4 tanks, meaning your house, the pool, the barn, and the yurt. And the yurt and the barn should last for a long time, seeing as the only thing the barn uses propane for is the heater, and the only time it gets used is when somebody's staying in there. So needless to say, it doesn't get used very much. And of course the yurt doesn't use very much either. So we should be good to go for a long time on those. And then the only ones are your house and the pool. I did some research on the tankless water heater. Talked to a couple of different people. I talked to a good friend of mine who does HVAC, and it sounds like a no-brainer that you would save enough money to pay for itself. You know, within a couple years it would pay for itself. Not having to keep that tank warm all the time that you're not here, especially in the winter. So yes, the answer is yes. It makes sense to get one. I'm going to talk to the guys that did the plumbing on the pool and get a quote on what it would cost to install one, and then price, you know, including the price of the tank or the water heater. And I'll give you that price, and then I'll try to get cost, you know, comparison on, you know, the money saved from not heating that tank up. I don't know if PG&E will have that or not, but anyway, I'll give you some figures. Like I said, everybody I talked to said, yeah, it makes sense to get one. And that, by one, I mean the tankless water heater, as opposed to the 30-40 gallon tank water heater we have in there up at your house. Anyway, that's it. Yeah. See, these are what everything looked like, I may trim these with the pole saw. It's just being able to get out there. I'll have to take the boat and rake them all in. Once we cut them, they're going to fall into the pond. I think I'll probably do that though.